All right. So we got How Many Men Are Really Incels by Gerber Johnson. I heard of him. I actually need to subscribe to him real quick because I've seen a couple videos and I fuck with him. Yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, Krunk_Jeezy with two Y's. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you can't think of anything to comment, just put some fire emotes. Just comment something. And yeah, that's about it. We're gonna go ahead and hop right into it.
You ever love somebody and they broke your heart?
Who is that? Pablo
Have you ever loved
Skywalker?
somebody and they broke your heart?
What the fuck? Alright. What are we doing already? What the fuck? Okay. Gerber, what are you doing?
Millions of people have been asking me, "Hey Gerber, why are you always talking about all this incel stuff? What, do you not have any bitches?" Here's the thing about this question. It's a
Are they
very
really asking him that?
interesting question. In that no one ever seems to ponder the possibility that maybe it's that don't have me. Anyways, I decided to talk to a dating therapist to see if I can find a good match. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm a decently handsome guy. I try to put in effort to my appearance. I work out, whatever. It's just I don't really know where to start, where to meet girls. I'm just struggling.
Tell me about what kind of girls you're going after. Like, what are you looking for in a woman?
Mixed Asian, half white, half Asian. Big thunder thighs. Bow! Nice rack. Bing bang.
What the
Big
fuck?
tit. Tall. Like, taller than me, 6 foot tall. 130 plus IQ. 32-inch vertical. No tattoos. Debt free. Virgin.
That's a lot, my nigga.
Did I say big? I said big rack, right?
You said big racks, yeah.
Yeah, so that's about it.
Women, they date up. So, what you
Nigga
have
said
to
a big
do
rack.
is you have to
Who knows?
schizophrenia
Yeah.
and bipolar disorder. The type of woman that you want has to have either 2 or 3 of these mental disorders. Everyone with auras, they have a
What?
roster. And
What the fuck
in order
are they
to
talking
create a
about?
roster, you need to pray after mentally disabled women. Let's be real. You're white. You're pasty. You are milk. You are vanilla.
Oh.
You have.
Dang, I mean, yeah, he like.
You're pasty. You are milk.
Nah, never mind.
You are vanilla.
No
You
tattoos
have
and debt free.
zero
Crazy.
flavor. There
Right.
is zero seasoning to you. How to manipulate an autistic woman, and
What the fuck?
zero seasoning to you. How to manipulate an autistic woman. And
What the fuck?
that's where the dark triad
Okay.
comes in, because the dark triad is quite literally black.
No, you're not advanced yet for the dark triad bedroom game.
When you meet an autistic woman, and this is obviously going to be after you've black maxed, right?
Yeah.
After I have this course, it's going to tell you everything that you need to know about using the dark triad and also the female triad that I told you about earlier. And on top of that, it's going to teach you all the tricks that you need to take advantage of the schizophrenic. The full course is going to be roughly $998.86. It is a big investment.
Okay, so talking to a dating coach.
But I need you
I don't think.
to feel that investment so that you can be invested in this course. You know.
You may
Okay, I'm
have
glad
seen
that's over because he
this general
wouldn't talk
social
about much.
survey graph from 2018, but you probably haven't seen the updated version of 2022. The older graph shows that male virginity has supposedly skyrocketed since 2012, but the newer one
Oh, I
shows
wouldn't be
that
surprised.
since then it has plummeted. I, like many other people, even recently, surmised that this was an ongoing trend, only getting worse, especially because it was pre-pandemic. Let's just say the rate of growth was consistent. If we would extend the graph to 2022, the number would be around 38%.
Damn,
But
that
we're
bitch
coming to
shot
find
the
out
fuck
that
up.
Maybe it was just a blip. Bald head bitch. Is this whole idea?
What the fuck? That's gotta be a sound bit right here.
Find out that maybe it was just a blip. Bald head bitch. Is this
That's
whole
crazy.
idea
That's
of
a sound
an
bit.
ever-growing
I'm making
incel
that.
population, women only wanting to
Engage with jazz.
leaving many men to be virgins, some sort of illusion, a way of chronically online men to project their own failures onto a larger societal problem? As the saying goes, misery loves company. Is there actually a rising virginity rate? Are more and more men becoming incels? How many incels are there actually? You'll find out in this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, lookofthedead.com for merch.
Oh, shit ton.
How is it that in 2018 the virginity rate was almost 1/3 of all men, but in 2022 it plummeted? That doesn't even make sense post-COVID. Well, the truth is that these general social study surveys have quite a low sample size. Better data sets with over 10 times the sample size show that virginity is steadily increasing very marginally. It's not nearly as sensational as the 2018 graph that went viral. Also, in this graph, the rates between men and women are quite similar and following the same trend. Now, again, these are all surveys. It's not like scientists are running around gathering the fiber off of these guys' scrotums to actually prove concretely whether or not they're getting laid. Okay, they could be lying. There could be a Hawthorne effect going on here, but it would be could be lying. There could be a Hawthorne effect going on here, but it would be dishonest to say that's what's going on with this newer graph when everybody on the internet took the 2018 General Social Survey graph at complete face value. People will, on the
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm hungry as shit.
internet,
Hey, what up, Eddie? Oh, you changed your name?
latch on
back in here.
to the most sensational, extreme data there is, even though it's far from the best. And then I did the same thing, drawing all these conclusions. And I mean, there is a slight trend going on, but it's not that crazy. In actuality, you might just be a fucking loser. So are incels valid?
Facts.
I guess it depends.
Made it easier.
It's just about getting laid. There are a lot of girls nowadays that aren't too picky with that sort of thing. They're very loosey-goosey. They've been hopping on ween like a daily routine long before the day they've turned 18. I suppose you could call them, well, I mean, I'm pretty tolerant. I would call them free, expressive, but I've heard them been referred to as dirty whore. Point is, if you just
this nigga, bro. I mean,
want to have
I don't even know what to say. Like, this nigga's crazy.
sex, I really don't think that itself is that hard. I don't find it to be a remarkable feat. I don't think you have to be a particularly impressive guy. You know, I hate to say the cliche thing, but I've seen a lot of conventionally unattractive guys have success with getting laid a lot. They're just...
Yeah. I thought that was... Is that a gnat? Oh, it's just... Alright. No, all the time. All the time, bro. Like, bro, I remember there was this one nigga I went to high school with. I swear he was one of the ugliest niggas I've ever seen in my life. No disrespect. But this nigga was... I mean... He was pulling hoes, but that was like ugly hoes. But he was still pulling hoes though. There's niggas out here that can't pull shit, bro. He was pulling more hoes than everybody, even if they was ugly hoes. Like that's still holds some weight. I don't care what nobody say. That still holds some weight.
Just outgoing. This whole
like he was still getting bitches though. He was still getting bitches though. You can't say he wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
From online dating.
My fault,
basically, they're just outgoing. This whole chat-only thing, it basically all comes from data from online dating, which is a sausage fest that shouldn't be taken
seriously. Is key.
The internet bleeds into real life a little bit, but there are plenty of normal people getting together. If you look at the data honestly, or you could just go outside and see them. So how many incels are there actually? Some people would posit that they don't exist, that any man, if he tries hard enough, can find a partner if he just does the right things, as if human sexuality is completely moral and fair and there's no genetic factors involved. There are some people.
Right, like nigga, what? See, nah. I like that he understands that. Like sometimes you're born 5'2" as a man or something. Yeah, that sucks. But it don't mean you can't still pull. I mean, I know a nigga that's 5'1" or something like that. He's 5'1" or 5'2". Pull more hoes than I ever have. That's all I know. And bad ones too. Like not even just, not even
People,
just
some
ugly.
true cells, they're called, in the sort of incel vernacular. Men with autism.
He's not famous
have
or
a
nothing.
very
Like
high chance of
he
being
just was really pulling them. Sorry, I'm listening though. Sorry. But you said, what is this? What up, Quasi? Oh, this is how many men are really incels. That's what it's called, Quasi. Eddie said, I give you that, but bagging fools and bragging is crazy. Well, he wasn't necessarily bragging, but I mean, still though, it was just that fact in itself is what my point was.
true cells, they're called.
Just the fact that he's even able to
in the
do
sort
that
of
consistently.
incel
feel me?
vernacular. Men with autism have a very high chance of being a virgin. I don't think it's really people's place to sit there and gaslight these guys when they're on a fundamentally different social wavelength. So they're valid. Life circumstances do produce genuine
Right.
incels, but there aren't a lot of them. They're
Right,
actually
but-
relegated to the bottom percentages of men. Not like many people would claim that the bottom 80% of men aren't getting any action whatsoever. Even guys that might consider themselves incels or incel adjacent usually aren't going to be that. I'm not even sure if a lot of self-identified incels are even less attractive than the average guy. There are a select few of true cells, but really for most guys, it is a matter of standards. How low are you willing to go? I can go use these apps or go get drunk enough to be sociable and pork a 4. If you haven't, it might sort of eat away at you. You might think it's way more impactful and better than it actually is. But if you do it, you realize there's nothing there. It's quite pointless and kind
Shit,
of gross.
what the
So
fuck
I'm
was
not
that? Ugh.
There's nothing there. It's quite pointless and kind of gross. So I'm not technically involuntarily celibate. And despite what the internet would tell you with cherry-picked bad data, most men aren't. But it's not like these goofy internet words actually mean anything anyways. But does this mean that there are no legitimate gripes? There are no good points raised
Shit.
by these guys? Is dating today completely fine and you're just a loser if you have problems with it? I suppose it would be.
He said, what is an incel? Are people just making up words now? I mean, yeah, it was made up. He said define them. I'll tell you in a second. He's telling you. Define themselves as unable to find them. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah. I guess that's the... Where did you get that from? From Google or something?
Be fair to call me an incel,
But that's
because
exactly
when I
what it
look at
is.
postmodern dating, when I look at the state of relationships today, I do hate it. I do despise almost everything that I see. I think it's deeply twisted and all fucked up. Allow me to define my parameters for a successful relationship. The longest running study of human happiness is quite thorough. It's been going on for 70-something years, studying the same...
Oh, by the way, Quasi, you can't call anybody that either on Twitch. I don't know if you knew that. Like, as long as you're not calling somebody that, you can't get banned. But still, just so you know. So, like, if you for some reason want to start using that word, just don't use it that way. You said, I hate this era. Why? Because of the word? He said that's what they are when it comes down to it. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
sample group. Frequently, there are check-ins. They don't just give these people surveys. They do blood work, brain scans, test every measure of their mental and physical health, which are correlated. What did they find, you ask? Well, people with
Why?
close
So why do we have this doll right here? Like, why is this?
personal relationships. Now,
What is this for?
the original
Like, why do
study
we keep
group is
seeing
old
this?
now. This is almost always supplied by their life partner, their marriage. People with strong, close personal relationships, by every metric, were better off. Physically, mentally, they felt less physical pain. And with their old age, in feeling this physical pain, they felt less demoralized by the pain. Having a strong relationship, especially as you
Because
get
he's
older,
white, what?
your body gets weaker, it's quite important for your happiness, according to the longest running study of human happiness. So with that being said, a successful relationship is a lifelong bond with children, most likely sanctioned by marriage. So, what are the chances of
That's
this
his main shit.
relationship happening? For me,
What the fuck are we seeing?
for anyone
What the
like
fuck?
me. By the way, I use relationship in quotes because
Supporting him in
that's
his
a new
work
term.
endeavors.
It used to just be, oh, there's a girl, we're married. If you think about the term,
That's comedy, but like I feel what he's saying though. He said it used to be, oh, there's a girl, we're married. But, you know.
relationship in quotes, because that's a new term. It used to just be, oh, there's a girl, we're married. If you think about the term, it's extremely
Oh, it
vague.
didn't even matter.
It doesn't actually mean anything. We're in a relationship. And now it's gotten even more vague with a situationship. It doesn't even the relationship is already vague. Now it's a situationship. What the fuck are you even talking about? So how many so-called relationships succeed? Besides all this Chad lookism kind of goofy shit, this is the real black pill. There are two endings to a relationship: breakup
fuck?
and marriage. As high as 85% of dating
Why
ends
is
in
the dog's
breakups.
leg across like that
85%
now?
of
What?
people will have gone through a breakup. The average relationship lasts around 2 or 3 years. People will have gone through about 5 relationships before they get married. The marriage rate is just over 30%. Most people are getting married in their late 20s, early 30s. So yeah, the marriage rate is already quite low, but how many marriages themselves are successful? Again, success to me includes children. I'll mention here that less than half of Zoomer women even want to have children. 30% of marriages are childless. Childless marriages are more prone to divorce. Another 20% are only children. I'm including this because growing up as an only child is quite sad usually, and it fucking blows. You've probably heard that the divorce rate is about 55%. It isn't just the divorce rate, but the amount of marriages that arguably should be divorced on account of certain factors. We can't know the exact number of these because it's much more qualitative, but dead bedrooms, they're just staying together for the kids. They don't want to go through the process of being divorced, so that's not very good. I'm not saying don't try. I'm still going to, but it looks pretty grim. You know, dudes obsessing over looks and not being able to get laid is kind of a chronically online diversion. This in itself is mostly driven by social ineptitude, which is a consequence of a lack of community. And there is a lack of community because there's no family. Family is the prototype for all community. A return to community requires a return to family. A return to family requires a sacrifice in personal action.
The fuck?
People always talk about returning to community, wanting that back, but the truth is we have been freed from communal bonds and pursuits. There's a tendency to offload the whole problem into something like places not being walkable, walkability. Well, Tokyo and many parts of Europe are perfectly walkable, and they're facing the same thing. Our libertine modern
Why the
utopians
leg keep
want all
changing?
the
Harder, ready?
benefits of tightly knit communities while paying none of the costs of individual freedom. It seems to me like there's actually nothing fair or moral about human sexual behavior, and we actually just can't be left to our own devices and expect things to work out. Instead of family formation, we now find a dating scene, which almost inevitably turns into a shit show. A modern date is basically just an interview with a stranger, where you used to be set up in a community where you already know each other. There's nothing weird about it. I know almost inevitably there are going to be people saying,
Said, what's DSG stand for? Don't worry about what it stands for.
oh, you're thinking about this too much. I mean, I guess it's possible. I never really wanted to, I wish things would just work out, but the reality
I'm just playing.
is the
It stands for Dark Saiyan Game.
reality. And also a counterpoint, maybe you're not thinking about it enough. It's actually exactly the problem. There's no foresight. There's no planning ahead. It's all just completely reactive. The way we matchmake in the West now is all short-term, reactive, responding to things as opposed to long-term planning, which is what it always used to be. Communities, your family, your
Don't worry
community
about it.
actively works planning ahead in matchmaking you. Now you're just on your own. In order to maintain our civilization,
I ain't gonna hold you. I think we are done with the reaction. I mean, we get the point, but yeah, okay, yeah, it was done pretty much. All right, hey, W video.